welcome to my channel and to the very first video, how to get a better likeness. The reason I thought I'd do these is because I see a lot of portraits where it's pretty obvious to me that they've drawn this, because anybody can draw an eye. This is how you draw an eye. But what about if it's not the eye that you want to draw? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I go about it using a grid method and by using the grid, because although the grid does help, you've still got to be really observant. And so what I do is I draw shapes. It's just shapes, not eye. If you start thinking an eye, it'll look more like that than it does that, believe it or not, but it will. Because in your mind, you're drawing the eye in your mind's eye rather than if you don't look too carefully. So I'll draw shapes like this one here, for example. Here's a shape. When I do that, I look for where that it's square. Well, that's about halfway. So that's what I'll do. When it is a square, I'll put it about halfway, because it's all right having it hit there. So that's where it hits, and then it comes over it about there. You can have all the marks. You can have all the marks, but you can still, that's too straight, because look, you've got to look at the shape there in the grid. Look at that shape. So if you look back at, well, there's no curve, so draw that shape rather than an eye, because that's you might do that more than what you want to. Whereas there's a lot of, this one is pretty straightforward because it's right there. But draw that shape, and when it comes down to it as well, draw that shape. And you can use all these measurements. They seem a bit extreme, but the things that you learn at a glance, once you learn how to only just think of shapes, just think, there's that, that's about that. And then, you know, if someone's out in the middle of the square, what I'll do, in my mind, I'll do this, or just put the pencil down, you know, that's where that ends, about halfway down the cube. So I'll make a note of that, and then I'll make sure that it don't come out of that, like that, because it wouldn't look like, because if you do that there, and you do it there, and you do it a bit on the nose, and a little bit of outer shape everywhere, you can tell that the look, they just don't quite capture the person I'm trying to draw. And it's because I'm just drawing eyes. They seem to be drawing something like, some definitely drawing, them looking, and then they're just drawing an eye, and it's pretty obvious sometimes. So it's shapes, look, it's, you know, that's about, that are quite halfway. That's about there. So that's where that wants to be. And then you can go that way as well. That's where the eye meets the lid. That's where that eye, yeah, it's pretty level. So yeah, I see some as well with this is the eyelid, and then the other side, and they're not in the eye level, they're supposed to be level. And yeah, it's in shapes. And then even when it comes to the shading, you use all that as well. You even think shapes of that, because here's some here, look, it starts just right on the thing there. But I'll do all the shading, I'll come all to the shading. In fact, I've already drawn this. I just wanted you to just think shapes. Think shapes and not eyes. Like that. And in the next video, we'll do all the shading and stuff like that, and hopefully turn something like that into something like that. Thanks for watching.